live from Palin Music Studios in Springfield, Missouri. It's Wake Up with Greg. Here's your host, Greg.
Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome to Wake Up with Greg. I'm your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center. Happy Friday to you. Thank you for joining us here today. It's a beautiful Friday. It is, we're coming down to the end of June. Summer has officially started. In fact, I messed up last week because last Friday was the official first day of summer. And I was apparently not aware of that until after the fact. So my apologies for giving false information on the show. We don't like to do that around here. But anyway, we are here now. It is, we're already through our first full week of actual summer. And it has been summer. It's been super hot and kind of, yeah, just super hot summer. I don't know what it's like all over the world, but it's been hot here. So anyway, happy to have you here this morning. Welcome to all you folks out there in YouTube and Facebook land. We are doing this live across both platforms, so happy to have you all here. And for those of you new to what we're doing or have never been here before, this is Wake Up with Greg. We are here to share the coolest instruments on the internet for you. These are instruments that are available to purchase on our website or on our Reverb page at reverb.com, or our website is palinmusic.com, by the way. I kind of forgot to say that. And then, of course, you can give us a call at 417-882-7006 and give me a shout, and we can get you hooked up. I've got a trio of saxophones for you today, some new horns from my good friend Claudio out there at Rampone Cazzani in Italy. So some new ones that you've never seen on the show before. Maybe one you've seen on the show before, but the others you definitely have not. So excited to have that for you. And then let's see what else we got going on. Good morning to all you folks out there on the chat. Just to remind you, we do have the live stream chat going on, so you can ask your questions, leave your comments. You can let me know where in the world you're watching from. And yeah, we can do all of that good stuff. So, and then of course, as a reminder to do all the social media button pushes, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share, do all of that good stuff for us. It really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. So let's see, what do we got going on in the world? We've got in just a couple weeks, well, let's see, in 1 week we've got Independence Day. We've got the big 4th of July extravaganza. Next year will be the 250th anniversary of our country, birthday of our country. So I don't know what they call that. So it's not the quincentennial or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it's some big fancy word that'll tell you 250 years. So get ready for that. So this is the last year before that craziness kicks off. But the week after that, July 12th, from 10 to noon on Saturday, we will be having our Cars and Guitars event here in Springfield at our Springfield store. So we will have all sorts of amazing cars, classic cars, hot rods, street rods, race cars, or, you know, just your daily drivers. Who knows what will show up in the parking lot that day. But be sure to bring your cars, bring your friends, bring your family. This is a full family event. We'll have live music, we'll have food trucks, we'll have giveaways, we'll have everything that you would expect from a beautiful outdoor event at Palin Music Center. So come on and check us out. July 12th from 10 to noon on Saturday. So we'll see you there. And other than that, I think that's all the news that's fit to print. So we need to say good morning to Jordan. So let's do that. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Good. I think my mic's a little quiet. I'm going to try to turn this up, see if that helps.
Yep. Hello.
Oh, so much better. Got to get those dulcet tones. What's new in your world, Mr. Jordan?
Oh, man. Just busy making content, running live streams. Yeah. That's about all
Jordan
I do here.
sounds wiped out. And he probably should be, because he's the hardest working guy in the company. All the social media runs through him, so everything that we do that you see he's in charge. So we got the live stream at the store. We do every day at 3-ish.
Yep. Yeah, 3-ish, depending on how busy the floor is at the time of 3.
So, be sure to always check in on our YouTube channel for that, YouTube and Facebook.
Yep, YouTube and Facebook.
all the guys from the sales floor, Mike and Elijah and Emmett and Chase,
the rest of them
guys out there having a good time. So let's see. I think that's about. Is there anything else going on?
Did you mention the Bad Cat event?
I don't know about the Bad Cat event, so no.
So that's going to be the July 18th, which is the Friday after Cars and Guitars.
Okay.
John Thompson, who's the owner of Bad Cat, he's going to be here, and they are going to be announcing something pretty big.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you, I mean, this is a band and orchestra thing usually, but we don't talk usually guitars and amps on here. But because it's something coming up in the company, so Bad Cat Amplifiers, one of the coolest guitar amp manufacturers out there, will be having an in-store event, in-store event
Yep.
with, what was his name again?
John Thompson.
John Thompson. Okay. From Bad Cat, and so there's going to be some cool announcements and cool stuff going on there. So July 18th, Friday.
Yep, I can't remember the time. Probably 7-ish.
7-ish. So check out our socials. I'm sure it will be posted all over the place as we get closer to that event. So great. That's.
Cool.
I think that's all the news that's fit to print. We're going to dive into this show. I think we've got some fun music for you today. We've got a little bit of a recap from last week's art discussion, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But so, you know, we talk about all kinds of stuff on here. It could be art, could be literature, could be food, could be travel, could be hobbies, collectibles, antiques, whatever. You know, just whatever I'm into, whatever I feel like talking about that day. And so you just have to suffer through and listen to me. Hopefully it's not too sufferable. I hope you actually enjoy your time here. So, because I certainly enjoy having you here with us. All right, let's dig into a saxophone, shall we?
How about you tell us about your shirt and watch real quick?
Oh, shirt and watch. Shirt and watch. Shirt and watch. This is a Tommy Bahama shirt. That's all I got for you. You guys have seen all these shirts and watches so many times, but yeah, this one, it's got the, I don't know what you call this pattern. It's not a mandala pattern, but I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so Tommy Bahama, classic, you know, I love it. And then my fake Cartier watch there, if you can see that, my tank style. There it is. Get the right angle. Ta-da! Look at that. Just looks like a Cartier. See, from your angle, that looks like a $10,000 watch. From my angle, it was $11. So there's that. That's the watch. That's the shirt. That's the game. Let's look at some saxophones, shall we? Ooh, I'm slamming things down on the desk here. I got my fancy white gloves. Of course, you know why we do that. We want to keep these instruments looking pretty for y'all. And y'all, am I from Texas now? What the heck is going on? What in the wide, wide world of sports? All right. So first up, I'm backwards in the screen here. First up, these are all going to be similar. Actually, they're all going to be the same, except for the type of instrument. So first up, we have a Rampone and Cazzani. This is their new Performance Series saxophones. So the Performance Series differs from what we call their bespoke models in that they are kind of a streamlined, simplified, redesigned saxophone to make it easier to get into a Rampone saxophone. You know, if you're not able to afford, you know, their higher end pieces. These are all professional grade. They all come in one standard dark lacquer finish, or maybe they call it cafe lacquer or cognac lacquer. It's that dark lacquer that we all love so much. Beautiful hand engraving, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Comes in these really cool, they call them go bags, which has all kinds of storage and pockets. You've got dual pockets on the front, have all your accessories in here. By the way, in case you're wondering, or have ever wondered, all of these saxophones come with cool stuff. You get shoulder straps for the case. You get a very nice neck strap, leather neck strap. You get all of the swabs and polish cloths. You get all kinds of goodies with these saxophones. So you're not going to be left out with anything. You get, of course, the mouthpiece and the cap and the ligature. You get some cork grease, some Rampone premium cork grease, all that good stuff. Plus all of the storage that you have. On the back of the case, you have, this is a removable, actually, little music pouch, or it's a flat pack pouch. You can put whatever you want in it. I think it should fit most music.
Like
Probably not those. What's that?
Looks like a laptop case.
It does. Yeah, it actually would work perfectly for a laptop, at least a small laptop. I think mine might. I don't know if mine will fit in there or not. Anyway, but you can take that off. You don't have to have that on there, so it is removable. And you can carry it around like a little individual bag if you want. All right, so enough about the case. Let's talk about the saxophone inside of the case here. Where are my zippers? Here they are. Okay. Now these don't have the fancy saxophones on them like the, what's the P. Marriott that does those on their cases. But check this thing out. This is such a beautiful piece. Boom. I'm even going to put the neck on it so you can see what it looks like complete here. All right. So saxophone number 1, we have the Rampone Cazzani Performance Series Alto Sax. This is the model RCP for Rampone Cazzani Performance. And then AS for Alto Sax, and then L for Lacquer. So RCP ASL Performance Series Alto Sax. So where this fits in the saxophone echelon is right there, kind of in the same range as like a Yamaha 62 or like a P. Marriott Grand Dreams or a Selmer 700 series, something along those lines, or maybe even close to like a Selmer Series 2. It's a much more affordable saxophone, but it's an absolutely beautiful professional grade instrument, handmade in Italy, as you would expect all of their other instruments to be. So you've got high F sharp, you've got front F, nice redesigned and contoured. They've lightened the horn a little bit, they've changed the board just a little bit, but it still has that big, powerful Rampone sound that they're known for. This gorgeous, just really beautiful lacquer. Mother of pearl key touches, still real mother of pearl keys. And then you've got this beautiful hand engraving. And they're all engraved with this, this yin-yang type symbol to represent balance. So I don't know if you can see that. Do a close-up on that, Jordan, if you can. If that'll show up there. There you go. So you can kind of see that really cool engraving there. Yeah, that is a good-looking horn for sure. So these are in that $3,000 range, between $3,000 and $3,500, somewhere around there. Of course, high-grade Italian leather pads. These have metal tone boosters on them. So this is a screamer of a horn, guys, and it's a great multi-purpose horn. You can do any style with this. It's great for jazz. It's great for pop, rock. It's great for classical. You can do absolutely anything with these. So this is the Rampone Cazzani Performance Series Alto Saxophone, the RCP ASL. Check it out on our website, panelmusic.com. Check it out on reverb.com. Or give me a call, 417-882-7006, and you can take one of these home today. I would love to send one of these home today. Nothing would give me more pleasure. And hey, if you buy one of these today, I'll throw in some autographed gloves. Why not? Some white autographed fingerprinty gloves, because everybody needs a pair of those in their life. All right, there you go. That is saxophone number 1. So I will disassemble.
I took some pretty pictures of that one.
Do that? I'm sorry?
I took some pretty pictures of that one earlier this week.
Nice.
And you'll be happy to know I used the white gloves.
Of course you did.
When handling it.
Of course you did. I don't know where the neck plug is in this guy. We'll have to find it and get it in place there. When you took pictures of it, did you take the neck plug of that?
I was just thinking, maybe I did.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll track that down. Also, these all come as a complete outfit with, like I said, mouthpiece, cap, and ligature, hard rubber mouthpiece, Rovner style ligature, and then a mouthpiece cap and a reed and all that good stuff. So there you go. That is saxophone number 1 from my good friends at Rampone and Cazzani. All right, we'll set that one aside. We've got 2 more to show, but we'll get to those in just a moment.
All right, you want to recommend some music for us today?
I do. I figured since this was a saxophone day, and I'm actually going to be showing a Barry sax here shortly, I wanted to share a musician, and I have talked about this artist before on the show, and there is one song on the Wake Up with Greg playlist from this artist already. But I could not find, I've been thinking about like going back to some of the earlier songs from the earlier episodes and finding videos to go along with them so you can actually see and hear these songs. The one that I have is Rain, Rain, Go Away, I think is what it's called, from Charlie. It's from the Happy Anniversary Charlie Brown record, came out in the late 80s. And Jerry Mulligan played it on Barry sax, and it's just an absolutely beautiful piece. So I couldn't find a video of that, but I did find a video of Jerry Mulligan playing an amazing tune called As Catch Can. This is from 1958, and this is a performance with he and Art Farmer on trumpet. So, gosh, this is 1958, so 10 years before I was even on the planet. But you can just see the mastery that this guy had at an early age of this amazing instrument. Jerry Mulligan is known for playing the Barry sax. Of course, he played other instruments. He played alto and tenor, and he played clarinet. He was also an amazing pianist and composer and writer and all of that. Jerry Mulligan, his nickname was Jeru, Jeru. I don't know the origins of that, but or why he was called that. But he was born in 1927. Died in 1996, sadly at the age of 68, so still young, and from complications from knee surgery. I mean, that's just irritating, honestly. You just never know what's going to happen. You go in for any kind of a surgery. They're all serious, you know. Sometimes we would take some of these things a little bit lighter, but it's like anything could go wrong. So, super sad loss to the music world back in '96. Known for playing with Claude Thornhill, Miles Davis. He was one of the members of the Birth of the Cool album, one of the greatest albums in the history of music from Miles Davis. He was also with Stan Kenton, also really popular for his quartets with Chet Baker, trumpet artist. And their quartets did not have a piano in it, which was kind of interesting for the time. And then he's played with dozens of other amazing artists throughout the years. So a real amazing player. Let's check him out. This is Jerry Mulligan with Art Farmer, As Catch Can from 1958. Roll it. That is Jerry Mulligan and Art Farmer, As Catch Can from 1958. I have added that to the Wake Up with Greg playlist. And I was just looking at that today, and we are almost at 18 hours of music. I was just thinking about that. We're just a couple minutes shy of 18 hours. So you can check that out and get on Spotify and listen to all 200,000 songs we've got on there. Hey, Jordan found the neck cap for the saxophone. Good job, buddy. All right, so that's the music choice for today. Give Jerry Mulligan a listen and check out his stuff with Chet Baker. It is, it's perfect. Perfect music, love it. All right, let's dig into another saxophone, shall we? We can do that. We're moving up, getting bigger here. Oof. So I won't spend as much time on these other two because spec-wise they're identical to the previous one. But I'll still show you. We got the go bag for the tenor here. Really kind of elegant cloth on that. I don't know what you would call that, but it's a nice quarter. But these are a hard shell case, so they are a very protective case. And then with those shoulder straps that it comes with, you can wear it like a backpack if you want to. It's got the removable music pouch on the back there, or laptop, as Jordan said, laptop pouch, or your iPad, or whatever you use for your music, all of your gig necessities in one package there. All right, so let's open this guy up and get my gloves back on. And a moment of awkward silence as we do that. Here we go. All right, I'm not going to worry about putting the neck on this because you get the idea here. So this is the tenor performance series, Rampone Cazzani Performance Series tenor sax. RCP for Rampone Cazzani Performance, and then TSL for tenor sax lacquer. Same specs, again, very ergonomically designed, lightened key mechanism, and redesigned bore tapers and whatnot to give you a really elegant sound. But you've got all that depth that the Rampone saxophones are known for. High F sharp, front F, mother of pearl key touches, beautiful hand engraving, and then in this luscious cognac or cafe lacquer, what you'd ever like to call that there. So again, we've got the beautiful hand engraving with the yin-yang symbol on there. And so I'll get there's that camera shot. So you got the yin-yang there for the balance, to give you the balance. And this one has some additional engraving on the back side there. I don't know if you can see that right. There it is, right there, right by my fingers. Oh, let me go that way. There it is. Okay, now you can see it. Get it on the right camera angle there. All right, so that is and then here's the logo. I don't know if you can see the logo on the bell there, the Rampone logo. It's a letter R, but the tail of the R is like kind of a simplified saxophone design, which is really, and this one is, I think it's actually like stamped on the bell as opposed to engraved on these, but it's a really cool logo. I think it's very unique in design and works very well. So 3-point bell to body brace, adjustable thumb hook, some of those things I didn't mention on the previous model. Fine adjustments throughout, everything you would want to dial in the horn to your comfort specifications? Yes, I think those are the words. We're trying to get my mouth to work today. All right, so again, live on our website, palinmusic.com, or all the other sources, or more importantly, come into our stores. We've got 10 of them, so come on in and check one of these out and take it home with you today and enjoy it. So that is the Performance Series tenor sax from Rampone and Cazzani. So how's everybody doing out there? Chat's a little quiet this morning. Love to know where you're all watching from. We've had viewers from all over the world in the past. We've had well over 30 countries represented now, which is really cool. So yeah, just let me know where you're watching from. Ask any questions if you've got questions about the horns or about the music or about the shirt, the watch, anything. You know, we'd love to chat about it all. Makes it more fun if we can interact with each other. or we can talk about coffee. Max, you're on vacation, aren't you? But Max is joining in. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, wait, I was going to that last saxophone. We got something else first, right?
Yep. Can you share something cool?
Something cool, yes. I'm just going to leave the gloves on for this. So as I was saying, this is kind of a follow-up to last week's discussion on supporting your local artists. And by local art specifically, we can talk about paintings, drawings, music, performance, theater, anything that falls into that. Oh, Mom's going to be here next week. That's right. Forgot to mention that. She'll be coming to visit for a month. That'll be good fun with Mom. All right, so art. We're going to call her my daughter, Deb. She is a med student. Just finished her nurse anesthetist degree, I think. Is that what you call it? It's kind of a doctorate degree. And so she just took a 3-week tour through Europe and went to some amazing places. And she found some local art while she was there that she brought home for us when she was in Prague in Czechoslovakia. I think that's where Prague is, right? Prague is in Czechoslovakia. So anyway, these two absolutely beautiful micro or mini oil paintings. I'm going to hold them up to the camera here. I don't know how much of a zoom in we can get. But these are all scenes from Prague, and they're just really beautiful pieces. Jordan's trying the zoom there. Yeah, there you go. You kind of get the idea. So local, I can't even begin to try to pronounce the name, who the artist is. But again, this was just a local artist from the area in Prague that did these. Nobody famous or anything, but again, supporting your local artists, wherever you are, whether you're here in Springfield, Missouri, or you're in Prague, Czechoslovakia. It can be anywhere. So the arts are important. So that's a beautiful piece, Scenes from Prague. Here's another one showing a different scene from Prague there as well. I mean, the detail on these at this size of a painting is really amazing. And these are, from what I understand, these are original oil paintings on canvas. So, I mean, to have that kind of dexterity and facility on a canvas of that size, it really kind of blows me away to get the detail on there. Really beautiful stuff. As I keep saying, support your local art wherever you may be, because we all need it. You know, with everything that's going on in our government these days, and defunding art programs and defunding everything else, it's just crazy. So we got to do more than ever to get out there and support those folks. So that's my quick and easy something cool. I'm not going to drone on about that like I did last time, but I'm taking the gloves off when I need to keep them on for this last saxophone. So anyway, there we go. All right, I don't know if I should put this up on the table or not. It may not. I'm going to move my coffee just to be safe there. All right, final horn, as I stated. Oh my goodness. This is the Rampone Cazzani Performance Series baritone saxophone. So for those of you not familiar with the saxophone family, there are 4 primary instruments in the family, which is the soprano, alto, tenor, and baritone. The soprano is an octave above the tenor. The alto is an octave above the bari. And then there's the ancillary saxophones on either end of that, sopraninos and bass saxes and contrabasses, but they're rare in the world, so we don't really have a lot of those ever to show. Although that being said, Rampone and Cazzani does make some really amazing sopranino saxophones. And they also make a straight alto called an altello, which is really cool. So lots of kind of unique instruments there. We've talked about the bag on this enough, the Go bag with the nice Rampone logo on the side there. I don't know if I can even reach all the way around to get this. Come on. There we go. Stretch. Okay. Tilt it that way. There's no way this is going to show up on the camera all by itself. It's just massive here. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to close that for a minute so we can kind of see what we got going on here. All right, so here we go. This is, try to get it all in the frame there. There we go. Get my angles right. This is the Rampone Cazzani Performance Series Barry Sax, or baritone saxophone, the RCP BSL. Again, same features as you would find on the alto and tenor. There is not a soprano in this line yet, but I'm going to work on Claudio to get that going as well, because that would be really cool. So we've got the full family there. Italian leather pads, of course, metal tone boosters, mother of pearl key touches, high F sharp, front F, and then of course with the Barry sax you get the low A as well. So you've got your octave key above the thumb rest there, and then the low A key is below the thumb rest there, which moves these big old keys on the bottom there, so you get that big bottom bass sound out of the Barry sax. I'm going to try and show the engraving here again because it's the same pattern but kind of stretched out for the giant bell on the Barry sax here. So there it is. You can see the yin-yang symbol there again. So beautiful hand engraved. I know Claudio does some of the engraving himself, but I know they have other artisans that do it as well. But it is all done by hand by master artists there at the factory in Cornasota. Adjustable thumb hook on the back. Let's see. You've got a water key on the bottom of the upper bow. So with the Barry sax, you've got this upper bow curve, and this section here will collect water over time, so you want to make sure you get that drained out there. And let's see, what else can I tell you about this guy? Everything else I've already told you. We've got double bracing on the bell keys, because when you've got that much key to move around, you want some added support there. So very stable horn. I know my buddy Rufus back in our repair shop, our head saxophone or woodwind tech, has said that these performance Barrys are one of the best Barry saxes he's ever played. And he's been in this business for longer than I have. So that's saying something. It really is. These are fantastic horns, amazing instruments, affordable instruments in the grand scheme of Barry saxes. So you will want to get one of these for yourself if you are a Barry sax player or an aspiring Barry sax player, or even if you're an alto or tenor player and you just need another horn to have fun with. Go ahead and grab yourself a Barry. Barry is one of the most fun instruments to play, honestly. I absolutely love it. I've owned a couple. In fact, I was getting back to Jerry Mulligan for a minute. I was really fortunate for a short period of time to have a Barry sax made by the Kahn Company, a US-made one. I think it was about maybe a 1928 vintage, maybe a little bit later than that. But it was nicknamed the Mulligan model because it was the same model that Jerry Mulligan played, although his was gold-plated and mine was not. But man, what an amazing sounding horn that was. Sadly, I had to give it up for financial reasons, but those kind of things happen. But Jerry Mulligan's Barry sax is, I think it's on permanent display at the Smithsonian, I want to say. I think I was reading that earlier. So yeah, pretty cool deal there. All right, I'm going to attempt to set this down without hurting it or myself. There we go. Okay, so that is saxophone number 3. All 3 Performance Series saxes from Rampone and Cazzani. You'll want to check them out because they really are amazing and affordable and fantastic. So that brings us where? Kind of towards the end of this little shindig we got going on here, where we what do? We share some wisdom.
Some wisdom.
I don't know if this is wisdom more so than just a quote, but this comes from the great Lawrence Welk. And if you don't know who Lawrence Welk is, you should look up Lawrence Welk. Of course, kids of my generation, we grew up with Lawrence Welk because our grandparents watched it religiously. And Lawrence Welk was a band leader, a big band leader, but known for what they call a champagne style of music, so maybe a bit more fluff and softness. His variety shows contained a lot of dancing and singing and a lot of great music, though. He had some amazingly talented musicians and dancers and people on his show. But so look up Lawrence Welk. And this is what Lawrence Welk says about music. And I thought this is interesting. I kind of want to do a little bit of a deeper dive to find out a bit more about Lawrence Welk's life. But he says, "Music was my joy, my home, the one place I felt happy and secure." I think that's true for a lot of us. I know for me, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Spyro Gyra this week, which is my go-to joy music, I'll say that, to keep me in my happy place. So, but now I just want to go watch the Lawrence Welk show because it's a lot of fun. People will call it corny, people will call it hokey, whatever you want to think of it. But ultimately, the music was great, and it's from a bygone era that we've kind of lost that innocence, I think, a little bit in our world. But all right, so Lawrence Welk, "Music was my joy, my home, my one place I felt happy and secure." So that's my piece of wisdom for the day. And that wraps us up, guys. So as always, I just want to thank you so much for the privilege of your time. I really, really appreciate you being here and sharing this time with me. I know how precious time is, so knowing that you're taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend some time with me, it really means a lot. So thank you so much. So I'll leave you with our famous parting thought. Helping people make meaningful music is what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. We'll see you next week. Have a good day. Bye.